Good fight fans, this is Ashley's Corner. Before I get in my video, I will remind you guys to go to the liquor spot each and every Saturday on YouTube, the liquor spot. It will be a link to the liquor spot if it's hard to find in the below. We go live every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the liquor spot. Now, I want to talk about the fight in between my favorite #1 fighter, Errol "The True" Spence Jr., and Danny Swift Garcia. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest, like always. Even though I don't like Danny Garcia, I've liked him as a fighter. Not to say that he's a bad fighter. It's just something about him. I never liked him. Just like Boo Boo Andre, I've just never liked something about it. I just don't like him, you know? But spoiler alert for anybody who didn't know. I mean, he's cool as a person and all of that, but it's just something about his fighting style never was a big wow to me. Never stood out to me. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start the video. The last time Danny Garcia fought an undefeated fighter was Keith Thurman, and that was 3 years ago. And that doesn't sound too bad until I tell you that Errol Spence is the second fighter on Danny's entire resume that's an undefeated fighter. So Danny might have a good resume. He might have a good resume, but the only undefeated fighter he's ever fought in his entire pro career was Keith Thurman 3 years ago. And Danny Garcia's last southpaw was Ivan Redkach. So look, I'm going to say real quick, the worst thing that happened to Danny Garcia this year was Ivan Redkach sparring Gervonta Davis after you fought him and went 12 rounds with him. Okay? I recall Danny saying that Earl didn't stop Mikey Garcia. No, wang. He didn't beat up Mikey Garcia. He didn't stop Mikey Garcia. You said you were going to stop Ivan Redkach. You didn't stop him or drop him. And let's hone on to that. Let's talk about Danny Garcia's fight with Ivan Redkach. Let's talk about that, okay? You talked about Errol Spence not dropping or stopping Mikey Garcia, and then 10 months after that, you went 12 rounds with Ivan Redkach. All right, and you didn't stop him or drop him. Ivan had 4 losses at the time, and he was stopped twice prior to fighting Danny Garcia. Mikey Garcia was undefeated when he fought Errol Spence Jr. All right. Mikey had more experience. He had 12 more fights than Ivan. Mikey is also 3 years younger than Ivan Redkach. Okay? Danny didn't do anything special the entire fight when he fought Ivan. All right. Errol Spence gained a WBC Diamond Belt. He gained more fans. It was his first pay-per-view fight. It had big numbers in Texas, in his hometown. And what's his name? Mikey's also hometown also. You know, he broke his own record in throwing over 1,000 punches. Mikey Garcia hit Errol Spence 75 times in the whole fight. All right, Errol beat Mikey into the record books. Errol Spence was #1 with 49.3% of power punches landed for a welterweight. Well, not even for a welterweight, period. In boxing, he was #1 after that fight. Nobody landed more power punch than him. Nobody in any weight class. And he was #2 for the most jabs thrown with 37.1% after he fought Mikey Garcia. Danny Garcia didn't do nothing with Ivan Redkach. And after the fight, Ivan said Danny never hurt him. Not one bit. The whole fight. All right, and we heard all the pleasant things Mikey Garcia had to say about Errol Spence after the fight. I won't even go there and list those things. All right. He hit Danny more than Mikey hit Earl. So, you know what I'm saying? And Ivan won a few rounds. He won a couple rounds off Danny Garcia's ass. He won a couple rounds. He pitched a shutout versus Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia is a 4-division champion. Upon other accolades that he has, he's a 4-division champion. In my opinion, he'll stop Ivan Redkach. If Ivan Redkach can't fight on the inside. All right, and that's another thing about Danny Garcia's corner. His corner's weak as a motherfucker. He needs a new trainer. All right, he needs a new trainer. His father had to tell him is that he can't fight on the inside. You need to get on the inside and fight him on the inside. And he could have stopped Ivan, but that didn't happen. Shit, Errol Spence would have stopped Ivan Redkach, man, because he wasn't in there just trying to survive versus Danny Garcia like Mike was. Ivan Redkach was in there trying to throw punches at Danny. He wasn't scared of Danny. He wasn't in there just trying to survive. Ivan would have got knocked out if he was fighting Errol Spence that night. All right, and Ivan has never been champion. I think he's fought at 130. I know for sure he's fought at 135. He's fought at 140 and 147, and he's never been champion. Mikey's a 4th division champion. All right, and I'm doing this because y'all like doing this stupid ass comparison, and like I said, Danny Garcia already trying to act like he was poking fun at some shit. And on top of everything that I just said, he lost to Tevin Farmer. Okay, at 135 pounds, Ivan Redkach lost to Farmer. Tevin Farmer losses was deducted 1 point for a low blow in the 8th round, and he still won all 10 rounds in a unanimous decision versus Ivan Redkach. Now this was Danny Garcia's last southpaw. This was his last fight. So if we're judging on his last fight, here it is right here. Ivan Redkach, the southpaw that fought at 130, 135. That came up all the way from there. Went 12, Danny Garcia. You're not going to come off of that type of 12-round fight versus a C- fighter and do anything significant versus Errol the Truth Spence. It's just not going to happen. So think about it. We're judging off the last fight. Danny Garcia's last fight. His last southpaw. And it was a 12-round fight. Now, are we going to give the credit? Is Ivan Redkach just a great fighter and he just had to be at 147 to be great? Or is Danny Garcia slowing the hell up? Okay? He's not the same. He ain't the same person that he was at 140. He's not the same fighter that he was before he took his first L. And all of that jazz, all that cheese that y'all talking, all that Greek jelly, that shit is not going to work come December. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.